Hey, what's going on? It's Josh with Josh's Wellness Hub, and today I'm going to be taking a sauna, but I'm going to take you through some of the protocols depending on where you're at. If you're a beginner, intermediate, I consider myself an intermediate. I'm not advanced expert, but I've been doing saunas for years, and I have right here, this is a Health Star. It's an older model, but it's a far infrared. And some of the newer models you probably will see out there have all these advanced, they're near infrared, far infrared. The panels are a little bit different. I have the old sort of ceramic ones, but they still serve the purpose, they work. But it's so important for detoxification, rejuvenation, and regeneration, and to get coherence, brain coherence, and nervous system recalibration and balance. And so some of the cool things before jumping in a sauna, most people go to the gym, they get in, there needs to be some conscious forethought up front. So you don't want to eat heavy foods, lots of fats, because that's going to prevent your body from releasing toxins. So maybe some fruit, some electrolytes, some water, some minerals, right? Because that's going to make a difference in how your body purges and releases. And everybody's different, right? That's the thing. So depending on where you are in your journey, right? Because we're all unique, all different, but start slow, and that's the way to go. And you build. Like I'm doing the temperature now, I'm at 110 degrees roughly. I'm gonna go in there for about maybe 15 to 30 minutes. And when you do that, you'll build, and you'll start to see, you'll see in the video, I'm going to do a series of these, so they'll be short. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I do want to encourage you, if you don't have a sauna, if you want to buy one, if you want to, maybe in your town or where you live, there's places to go. If you're in Europe, they're everywhere, right? You could do the Finnish saunas, the traditional ones. There's many different types, but for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to show you some basic stuff. And if you have any questions, drop them in the video below. Let me know. There's a lot to cover, so I'm going to make this as succinct as I can, because sometimes I go off on these tangents because there's just a lot of info that I love to share, and I really care. So anyway, I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you in the sauna. It's Josh with Josh's Wellness Hub. We're back. I'm in the sauna now. Just got in here. It's about 127 degrees. And so the first thing we want to talk about is when you get in, before you get into the sauna, the one thing that you do want to do is you want to be able to hydrate yourself so you don't have lethargy, nausea, headaches, and stuff like that, because you need fluids in your body, because now your body, I'm in a far infrared sauna, so that's deep penetrating. So that's going to go into the tissues, cells, bone, and begin to release. So you need fluids in your body to carry out those toxins, right? So, when you do that, I do, certain type of electrolytes, minerals, and I also prepare my water. I make coherent water, and I use a device called an NLM one, but I'll do another video about that in conjunction with doing a sauna, because the more coherence you create with taking a sauna, like not just jumping in, going in, okay, sweating, getting out, going in the shower, you want to really take your time with these, okay? And the one thing I'm going to preface this is all for entertainment purposes only, or entrainment purposes. And the one thing you'll hear me talk about, and this is the only way for me to get this information out, I am using my phone. Obviously, that's EMF, that's blue light, non-native EMF. I'm just doing it for the purposes of this video, but typically I don't keep technology anywhere in a sauna, especially since you're opening up your skin, right? And that's something that you have to be very careful of. And a lot of the newer models, they have all this cloud technology, wireless. I don't use any of it. I turn it off. In fact, I usually turn off this light. So I don't like that, because that's like a little LED light, so I'm turning that off. But I was doing it for the video purposes. So that's something to be really conscious of, right? Because these little things make a huge difference over a long period of time as you stretch this out, as you take saunas. It's good to take them, if you can, anywhere from 2 to 3 times a week. I'm going to keep this video short because obviously I'm in the sauna. It's going to heat, and it's going to turn this phone off very soon. So I'm going to do this in parts. You'll see this in parts. So that's it. Hydrate yourself, prepare yourself, do some stretching, lymphatic drainage. If you're not familiar with that, I'll go through that as well. When I'm in the sauna, I have different tools, right? Gentle scrubbing, and this is once my skin gets wet. Now, still haven't broken a sweat yet. Usually, it's been a while. It's been actually a couple weeks since I've done a sauna. So I've been in here now, a few minutes. I use different devices for the scalp. There's all different types of tools, tools for wellness that you can use while you're in the sauna to help your skin purge. You want to create the lymphatic release. You want to allow those toxins to come out. I have clean, organic towels that I use in here so you can wipe off, right? And all this stuff is great. And what happens during the sauna is phenomenal. So you come out of the sauna afterwards, like after I'm done, I'm going to go into the shower. I'm in Florida, so I have cold bottles of water that I keep in the fridge, and then I pour that. So it's like I get cold shock, which is healthy because now I'm purging. It's contraction, expansion, contraction, expansion. And then I'll drink liquids periodically while I'm in the sauna. But I try to keep it steady and just, you can bring something to read, but obviously you're going to sweat. But it's a time for inner reflection, for outer direction. That's what I like to say. And, there's just many, many benefits for your heart health, cognitive function, coherence, the brain, the skin. You're detoxifying, you're opening up the pores, getting rid of the stress for the day or the evening, depending on when you take a sauna. I typically try to do it my days off, when I have some time early in the day, and then I go out in the sun later on. So right now, I'm going to stay in here for probably 20 minutes, right? I don't do long sessions. And you have to pace yourself. You build, right? That's the way to do this. So again, questions, drop them below. I'll put some links up here for products, protocols, saunas, that you can invest in and find. You can find saunas for relatively decent. There's a broad range based on what your requirements are. And in the simplest terms, you want to detoxify, right? You don't need the hippest, slickest, coolest thing with the lights and this and that. It's basically a 2-person sauna, but between my wife and I, we take saunas at different times, and it's great. It's fun, it's relaxing, it's rejuvenating, it's regenerating. And if you are looking to, upscale your wellness journey, and this is muy importante. You have to have a sauna. If you don't have your own, you need to get to a place where you can, and you got to get naked in the sauna. Nothing with pants, shorts, shoes, nada. So, there's a company that I'm going to recommend called Therasage. I'll have a link in it. They have some impeccable, amazing products, saunas. They usually have the saunas where you can sit inside. I think your head is outside of it. But I'll link some stuff in here for you. So I'll be back with part 3. It's Josh with Josh's Wellness Hub, part 3. It has been now about 15 minutes. I am totally sweating. Detoxifying about 5 more minutes, but I just want to point out, this is so great. So it's like once you get into the space of sweating and detoxifying, all these heavy metals come out. I use like a device like this, like a seashell, right? And I just scrape. And usually what I have is like a lot of stuff coming off. Not as much, but like my legs, my arms, back. It's kind of hard to see, but you'll see this, right? You can see that? That black stuff right there? That's coming off on the skin. So it's coming to the surface. That's the cool thing about the sauna, the far infrared. I'm using a fascia blaster. This is Ashley Black on the face, very gently. I do things on the scalp, décolleté. My wife has taught me all this stuff. But I'm telling you, it works. It freaking works. What else? I have a bullhorn. This is made out of bullhorn, for the scalp, massaging the sutures in the scalp, opening up the different areas, And then I'll do things where, like, under my armpits, I can go deep, getting the lymphatic stuff, putting my fingers deep in. If you feel any pain, that's blockages. Those are oxalates, oxalates. They're crystallized forms. But all you need to do is use like a bullhorn, fascia blaster or something, and then I just open up the drain, right? The carotid artery. I'll just use my thumbs, and then usually that'll impact the eyes. If you have puffy eyes, you'll see a drain because it's going through the lymph system. So these are just some things, and then I'm using this plant-based glove. It's pretty torn up. I gotta get another one. And just gently exfoliating the skin. Again, opening up while you're sweating, you're getting all these toxins out. It's awesome, right? And the ears, just wonderful. The arms, my back, all the places and spaces. And then you're getting all of, there's more drainage points for the lymph system. So, and I have other tools as well. I have this cool little brush here. You can use that, rolling that on. So there's many different devices and tools you can use while in the sauna. And yeah, I'm at 143 degrees right now, sweating like a little piggy, but it's great. And then I'll just take sips of water. And then after I'm done here, I'm going to go in the shower, some cold water, and then I'll re-moisturize, and then I'm going to go out in the sauna. But before this actually heats up, because I only do short ones, so I'll be back with a post-protocol after I'm out of here. All right. If you have any questions, drop them below. Cheers. Josh with Josh's Wellness Hub, and I'm in the hot box, the far infrared sauna. And today, I'm going to go through a little bit more. We'll keep it short. But the one thing, if you're just starting out, depending on where you are in your health and wellness journey, saunas are such a crucial component to the overall health and wellness. Why? Because of detoxification, opening up the pores, exfoliating, getting toxins, not just the physical, but it's the energetic components too. Think about your stressful day. A sauna is like the sacred pod for you to just chillax and relax and unwind and literally release all of that cumulative buildup, right? Toxins are not just physical. They're emotional, they're energetic, and it's just a great way to recalibrate and recenter yourself. And then going out into the sun. Now it's early in the day here. I'm in Florida, but man, and also, helps with heart health, cardiovascular health, vasodilation, nitric oxide release, really just, a clean from the inside out. And, like I've mentioned in previous videos, there are different tools, that you can use in the sauna to open up pores, in the scalp, the sutures, just breaking things apart, lymphatic drainage. There's a lot. And again, comment below if you have any questions or if you've got a sauna. I have it's an older model. It's a Health Star. You can see the ceramic heaters, a little bit different. And in this particular model, there is some EMF that comes off of the heater. Some of the newer models I'll promote. I love a company called Therasage. They have really good, not so expensive saunas, and they've got some other great products, which I will link below. So if you're just starting out, right, you don't have to spend thousands of dollars, but if that's something you're into, I've got some other links I'll provide as well. And again, comments, share it with people. If you know someone that's going through a health crisis, these are tools that can help you, that can support you on your journey. You don't have to go it alone, right? And I'm here for you if you have questions. I may not know all the answers, but the one thing that I pride myself on is I dot connect. I may know another protocol, practitioner, or process that may support you on your journey. And so I just want to put that out there. So if you're feeling isolated, alone, you don't know what to do, you're looking to make a change, a shift, an upshift in your overall health and wellness, then this is a great step. So that's one thing. So I just have to switch around here. So I'm at, right now in this sauna, it's at 150 degrees. You want to start off maybe 130, 140. I'm going to go in for about, I'd say 30 minutes or so. You know, now I'm in a 2-person sauna for 1 person. So, you know, and most saunas come with like wireless technology, you know, and obviously I'm using my phone. So we've got that. Typically I don't have this in here unless I'm making a video. I have no technology around me because you're opening your pores, your skin. Your skin is your largest organ, okay? So, and I also have, you know, different elixirs. I just use glass bottles, and I put electrolytes in here. I have minerals, and then I structure the water too. I use a device called an analemma wand, which is phenomenal because what it does is it takes the water, right? Water is liquid crystal, okay? And when you're taking water into your body, like I communicate with it. I love it. I appreciate it. I have gratitude for it. So now I'm taking that energy, which is encrypted in the liquid, and I'm putting that into my body, right? So I'm creating coherence, and that's what the analemma wand does when I'm vortexing water. I'll probably link a video of that I've done. So all these little things, these are steps. I'm not trying to overwhelm you, but I want to share that these things make a difference. They have a compound effect. Over a period of time, you hit that quantum override and bam, right? The shit changes for you, right? And that's the beauty of it because it's your power. You are self-empowered, self-motivated to change your life, not giving your power away to some existential or external guru or practitioner. It's all about you. And that's what I'm imploring you to do is take care of yourself, right? Take care of your body because it's the only place that you have as a soul, a spirit to live in, to occupy. And so have fun with it, you know? That's the cool thing. There's lots of great things. And if you have some suggestions or ideas what your sauna protocol is, let me know. I'll add it into the next video. But that's the cool thing. So liquids are cool. I don't typically do a lot. I just take sips while I'm doing it. But I'm going to have to pause the video because of the heat here. It's probably going to turn off the phone very soon. I just want to share that with you. Saunas. Get a sauna. Don't wait. It's one of the greatest undervalued tools in your health and wellness toolbox that you can use. And depending on where you live, if you're living in an apartment, you know, there's a sauna for you. So I have mine in my bedroom. This is continuation part 2 here of that video because again, like I said, the heat in here just shuts the phone down, obviously, because it gets too hot. So just to follow up, so whatever you're doing, invest in a sauna because when you invest in a sauna, you're investing in your health, right? And it's long term, right? So that's really what I want to share with you. There are other protocols I'll be doing videos for. And I'll be uploading classes. You can join my school page, Josh's Wellness Hub there. You can look that up. I've got some other info. I'm kind of rebranding. I'm creating uniformity. So if you just go online, you look up Josh's Wellness Hub. I have other social platforms. But anyway, that's it. So I hope you're enjoying your day. You feel inspired. You're motivated. You can do this, right? And I'm saying I'm always shifting and changing too. I don't have this down perfectly, but I'm willing to make the effort and do the things that are going to make the shifts. And the shit happens, okay? It does. You just have to take one step in front of the other. And I'm saying this to myself, right? That's what this is about. I'm not like the guru. I'm not the expert. I don't proclaim any fucking titles at all. That's it. I'm Josh. I'm a dude here on Earth. I've been immersed in health and wellness for, 30 years. I grew up in Southern California, so I was around it all over the place. And there are other people out here too, right? Obviously, you've seen them that are in, but there's a lot of disinfo too. So you really have to tune in with your feelings and your intuition. That's key. Don't use logic because that's a contraction of energy. So that I can make a whole other video on, but that's it for now. So go out, enjoy your day. If you have, like I said, any other questions, let me know. Drop them in here. Share this with someone. You know, caring is sharing, and lots of love to you, and have a beautiful day. All right, talk to you soon.